Hi everybody, Elizabeth and I have just finished a 10-day permaculture design course here in Caxambu. We're in Caxambu? Caxambu, Brazil. It is winter here and yeah, so it's been a bit cold, but it's strange because here in Brazil during the cold winters, it's actually quite hot during the day. The sun's out most of the day and there's very little rain. So in the winter, it's very cold at night and it can be very hot during the day and it doesn't rain. So it hasn't rained for like 2 months or so, maybe a little bit longer. There's a little bit of rain the other day, but for about 2 months, there's no rain, very cold at night, and warm days, and that's the winter where we are. So I'm going to show you around the place we've been staying. There's not much to show you, but a few interesting things, a few things we like, a few things we don't like. So here in Brazil, there's very little, or there's essentially not much water pressure from the municipality. So they use what are known as water boxes, or caixa de água. And that's where they store water, and then that provides water pressure for their buildings. So there's one up here, and you can see it right there. That's the caixa de água. That's where the water pressure comes from. And there's a pump. I don't know if you can see the pump. And that pump right there pumps water from the municipality, which has very low water pressure, to this caixa de água. And then the caixa de água uses gravity, and that gravity is what provides water pressure for the house. You can see one over there. So frequently they're on the top of buildings, but this house has a slanted roof, so they obviously couldn't put it on the roof. So instead they put it up there in the building. So that's the first interesting thing. Second is there's a hot water heater here, and this hot water heater uses gas. I don't know where the gas canister is for this hot water heater. I don't think the municipality provides gas, or nowhere I've been in Brazil, except maybe the cities, does the municipality provide gas. So I don't know where the gas is. But anyway, you can see Elizabeth just turned on the water, and this place is great because it has hot water in all 3 sinks. So it's gas and it's inside. Normally these are stored outside because, you know, the carbon monoxide that's produced from these systems. But we kind of are outside because that right there is essentially just access to the outdoors. We were afraid bats were going to get in this house, in this little area, but they didn't, so we're lucky there. So yeah, normally those things are outside, but because this has convenient atmosphere access flow from the outside to the inside and the inside to the outside, they placed it inside. So usually you don't have hot water at the kitchen sinks here in Brazil. Usually you don't have hot water at the bathroom sinks here in Brazil, but this small but very nice place we're staying in, relative, has hot water in both. Like this cooktop stove right here, very easy to use. It's turned on, very easy to turn on, very easy to use, pretty easy to clean. So this sink is fantastic because you can move this all around and get water wherever you need. It has quente água, meaning hot water, and frio água, so cold water, so fantastic. It would have been nice if they had a place that we could dry the dishes over here, but whatever, you know. We had to ask for a cutting board, so they gave us a cutting board. There wasn't one originally here. I'm not too fond of this sort of thing, and behind this is a bunch of, like, trash, which not so great. Under here, we have what's normal here in Brazil. Instead of the P-pipe, we have a very inexpensive, because there's a lot of people here don't have a lot of money, we have this pipe right here, this flexible pipe. Now, you can actually, I didn't realize this until I saw it, but you can actually position this pipe into a somewhat P-pipe shape, as you see here. So it does actually store a bit of water here to prevent sewer gases from coming back up. Most of the time that we're in places here in Brazil, they haven't actually arranged this properly. They've just connected this directly to that. So there's no P-type shape here, so there's no water being stored here and gases are constantly coming back up. I think that's just a misconfiguration. I think a lot of people who build these houses and install these devices here in Brazil don't realize that, in fact, it's probably most appropriate, probably should be installed like this. where it goes down a little bit and then back up, and then this area here fills with water in order to prevent sewer gases. So if I tap it like this, actually you can smell a bit of the sewer gases coming back up. It would obviously be better having a normal P pipe. Some of the stores we've been in do carry normal P pipes, but they're like insanely expensive. So most of the Brazil, I don't know why they're insanely expensive. Maybe they're not manufactured here in Brazil. Things that aren't manufactured here in Brazil are crazy expensive because the Brazilian government just makes it almost impossible to import anything at a normal cost, thus keeping Brazilians, many Brazilians in the state of having access to lower quality products. So yeah, nice not having a lot of stuff under the sink here, especially when we come into places like this. You know, if they're just cluttered with stuff, it's nice, it's simple. So yeah, this is the way this should be installed. We have a refrigerator here, nice. It's a bit small, this refrigerator. I was expecting it to be a bit larger. It doesn't actually go back here. I mean, this only goes this instead of all the way back. I guess that's probably where the compressor is. Not so great here. You can see what happens to a lot of these refrigerators and freezers. They just got completely clogged up and almost unusable. They call them, this one I don't think is a frost-free, but here in Brazil they call them frost-free freezers. Have a nice shower here. You can see the way they've done this shower. And it looks like an electric shower, but in this case, it's not actually an electric shower. That actually has hot water coming from the hot water heater over there. So then we have this is very difficult to use and leaks. This is constantly leaking. So, you know, in the night after we've used it, we've gotten into bed, suddenly I'm hearing this leak. I'm pretty sensitive to noise. So not great, is leaking. I don't like this arrangement of sink. You know, it's an interesting arrangement, but if you're flossing and large food particles go down here, you can see, you know, it's dirty here in the sides, and food particles get stuck. It's just not. I just don't like this sink. Not a very good sink. Toilet, fine. You know, I don't know what that is. Some sort of an electrical system. Another thing about this roof, there's no insulation in the roof, so of course this building is a little bit colder. And also, we come in the mornings, and all around here you find particles of the roof. If a bird lands on the roof, or I don't know if cats get up there, but we do hear animals up there, then you see particles from the roof on the floor and around here. Good to have a drain in a water area like this. This is a smart thing to do. Very strange here. There's no towel racks on any of the walls in the bathroom. So what have we had to do with the towels? We've had to put them there. So we just leave them there, and then we're taking showers, and sometimes the towels get wet. I don't know what's going on, why they didn't put any towel racks in here. Not one towel rack. I totally don't understand that. So you could also hang your outside the window. You can hang clothes there. They do have a washer, and apparently they have a dryer here, which they said that we could use. We didn't use. Very unusual here in Brazil to find people with dryers. We haven't been doing a lot of traveling. We've been working on the standards. We just released the next version of the standards. All of the standards except for the system overview. So there's a lot new content. Some of what we learned in this permaculture design course, I think the habitat service system, the cultivation system, is pretty complete, but we'll be adding to it after this permaculture design course. We learned a few additional things, even though it's pretty complete already. Not much more to share. That's it. See ya.